We have seen what is quality, definition of quality. Quality means meeting to the customer requirements or satisfying the customer requirements, or we can say in the other way, conformance to requirements. If the product is made according to the requirement of the customer, then we can say it is a quality product which is fitness to you. We also seen the different definition of quality. The customer based definition of quality, it is as per the customer. The customer will see whether the product is satisfying him, whether he is satisfied by all the features that he needs from the products. If he finds that all the suitable qualities which are in the product, he will feel happy. So customers will see whether it is beneficial to him, whether it is fit for him. In the manufacturing based definition of quality, here the company will do the survey, will find out the new requirements what the customer wants. They will implement that features into the product. In the car products, we can have the map, the Google Map feature, which is available now in all the automobiles, four wheelers. So that is the feature that is implemented, so that a traveler can easily see the destinations. He can go for the particular destination without knowing the route also. So these are the features that were not prior to the products. So few new features are added to the products. So that is the manufacturing based definition of quality. Then we have the product based definition of quality. Here the product will must have some unique feature which must distinguish itself from the other product. So that is the product based definition of quality. So that is the products. We have also seen the examples of LED. There may be different companies which are providing the LEDs like Sony, LG. Then we have the Toshiba. Then we have Micromax. Like different companies higher which have come up with the products of LED. So now if a customer finds certain features which are present in a particular company, they will go for that company only. Okay. Now in the LED also there is a different concept which has now come, that is 4K Ultra HD. So that is the feature that is implemented. So the customer may try to find which is the company which has implemented that features 4K Ultra HD TV. So he may go on buying for that particular product. So it must have a unique quality which must attract the customers. Then we have the value based definition of quality. Here the customer feels satisfied for the product that he has purchased. If a customer has invested 40,000, 50,000 for purchasing LED, if he gets all the qualities that are present in that product, he will get satisfaction. So that is the value based definition of quality. So it is a combination of price and features that is expected by the customer. The customer has paid the money and he finds all the features that are present in the product. So here the according to the value based definition of quality, here the customer must have get the benefits after purchasing the product. So that is, they may get certain, after paying the money they must get satisfaction for the quality or the feature that are present in that product. So that is the value based definition of quality. Then we have the transcendent quality. So here the customer is not aware of any quality product, but as per their perception it must be good and it must satisfy them, and also it must have a zero defect. That is the transcendent based definition of quality. So it is just, I don't know, but I am delighted by acquiring it and I will buy it. So that is the transcendental based definition of quality. Then we have the core components of quality. So different definitions of quality we have seen. The next topic is the core components of quality. In the core components of quality we have So in the core components of quality we have quality is based on customer satisfaction by acquiring a product. So this is the first point. So if the customer is satisfied, then we can say it is a quality product. The second point in the core components of quality is the organization must define quality parameters before it can be achieved. So before making the product, we have to follow this cycle, that is DMMCI: define, measure, monitor, control and improve. So we will define what we want in the products, what are the features, what are the functionality the product must have. So that is defining the qualities or defining the features the product must contain. Then we have the measures, whether we can measure the quality of the product. So measure means whether whatever the product we are making, whether it is satisfying the customer requirements. So up to what measures the customer is satisfied. So that is the measures. Then we have the monitor. We will implement certain mechanism to check whether we are making the quality product or not, from the bottom level to the top level, that is from acquiring to the raw material to making the products, complete products. So we have to monitor each and every step of the process. So the mechanism that is available for manufacturing, that is we have to monitor for making the quality product. Then we have control. In the control we have seen the product must be defect free. There must not be any defect which must be present in the product. So that is we will control to see to give a good product. Then improve. There has to be continuous new features which must be added to the product. Then only we can survive in the market, because the market is very competitive. Each and every day new company comes with the new concept. We can see the mobile handset. In each and every day is some new features are added to the mobile. So that is the continuous improvement they make. If they are not implementing new features in their products, the products will not be as competitive as the other products. So that will there be lacking points. So in the market, if they have to survive, they have to continuously improve and add some new features to the product day by day. So this all comes under the core components of quality. In the core components of quality, the first point is the organization must define the quality parameters before it can be achieved. Before that, we have seen customer is based on definition of quality. Then management must lead the organization through improvement efforts. Here the management must also support the team which is working on that products. So here the management decisions is important for implementing the policies, procedures, methods, standards. They have to be approved by the management. If the management give them the rights, then only they will invest, they can go for the research, they can go for the new product implementations. Then we have the continuous process, continual improvement is necessary. After making a quality product, we have seen in DMMCI also, there has to be continuous improvement in the products. Day by day new feature must be added. So in the continuous process improvement cycle, we have PDCCA, that is plan, do, check and act. Also we have define, measure, monitor, control, improve. So this cycle we have to follow for the core components of quality. So in the continuous improvement, it is dynamic in nature, means it is always changeable. The changes are done at each and every stage and every time to improve further. Continuous improvement, in day by day or new features will be added to the products. It is just we are striving for excellence. It is a thrust on continuous refinement of the process to eliminate waste continuously. It is high dependency on people having innovative skills towards inventions. There may be certain persons who are very innovative. They may come up with a new idea for the product. So that is implemented in the continuous improvement life cycle. Environment is continuously changed. According to the changing environment, the product must also change. Sometimes it creates a turbulence in your organization if people are not able to digest continuous change. Then we have also the continual improvement. So continuous means there is continuous changes. There are new features which are added day by day. There will be some innovations which will be made in the products. Whereas in continual improvement, it is dynamic as well as static. Means it will remain constant for some time. It will take periodic improvements. That is yearly. They will implement some changes. The stabilization of process at each stage of improvements where waste is removed in stages. Less dependence on people and more dependence on the innovation process. Here continuous improvements, it is highly dependence on the people. Changes in environment is followed by stabilization. It may be better suited than continuous improvement. It gives a chance to settle the change before next change is introduced. So here we will wait for some time till we make some changes in the products. So it may take 1 year. Within a 1 year gap, some new features will be added to the product. Whereas in continuous improvement, there will be new features which will be added day by day. Then in the core components of quality, we have quality view. In the quality view, we have the customer who is expecting the product as per his requirements. Then we have the supplier based definition of quality. Here the supplier is important because he is the person who will supply the raw material for making the products. So there may be external supplier as well as internal supplier. So supplier can be anything, like we have the IT company. So the training is needed for the newcomers who have joined the companies. So if there is a training which is given by the external company, then we have the external supplier. Then also we have the employee who are working in the organizations. It depends on the employee skills. If it is an IT company, there has to be talented peoples who are good in programming, who can deliver the project right and time. So that is the employee skills that is considered. Then also we have the management skills. So wait for 5 minutes. Hello. नहीं है. हाँ हाँ चलो. नहीं कुछ बोला नहीं, बोला जास्ती है करके बोल रहा था. हाँ हाँ हाँ. देखता हूँ अगर फ़ोन करेगा तो बोलता हूँ. अच्छा अच्छा. पूछ के देखता हूँ. उतना के लिए रेडी नहीं हो रहा ना वो. उतना पैसे के लिए रेडी नहीं हो रहा वो. अभी क्या मालूम. 40 तक बोल रहा था वो. हाँ फ़ोन करता रुको मैं बाद में. So in the core components of quality, we have this employee management society. Here the management is also important. So we have the management is divided into different types, like project management. We have the staff management, senior management. So management, whenever a company is made, the management will see whether they are making the profit or not. The main of the company will be to generate the revenues. That's why the company is made. The company is not made to go into the losses. The company will see how they can benefit. So that is why they will take the decisions according to them. So they needs more profit, recognition, turnover, etc. to they make their vision and mission successful. Society Society benefits as well as suffer due to successful project or organizations. Like if a company is successful, the employees are benefited. If the employees are benefited, indirectly the society is benefited. And also, if the company is benefited, some of the company does the CSR, that is the corporate social responsibility. They give back to the society in the terms of education or in the terms of any funds that is required by the society. They give the funds to the society. So that is how the society will be benefited. Then we have the government organization also. the decisions of the government benefits or make loss to the company. So the government decisions, the like taxes, if the government implements higher taxes on the corporates, then they may go for losses. They may get the benefit from the government, benefits in the terms of like tax, foreign currency benefits. Like if you have the IT company, they get more benefits if they earn the money in terms of foreign currency. So that is the benefits that is derived for them. So the government is also responsible for the corporates success. Then we have the customer view of quality. According to the customer view of quality, we have the customer expects the product to be right. That is, we must deliver the right product to the customer. Right product means you must get all the feature which must be present in the feature. It must meet the customer requirements, and also all the product dimension. Yesterday we have seen the product dimensions. So it must satisfy the customer needs, meeting customer expectations, training every customer with integrity, courtesy and respects, treating every customer. So if a customer has purchased the product, then the company, if the customer is having any problem anytime, the company must be able to resolve his complaints. Like if I have purchased the product and the product is not working properly, so within a week of time, the company must give time to the customer for making correction in the products and deliver the product back to him. So that is the customer based definition of quality. Then we have the supplier view of quality. Here the supplier is concerned because if the is responsible for giving the raw products, so supplier is also intended to doing the right things. He is also doing it in the right way. So a product in the doing it in the right way means a product producer may have his own method, standards and process to achieve. Sometimes customer may impose the process defined by him for building the product on the ability of the development process to produce the product as required by the customer defines the capability of development process. So whatever the product we are making, for the first time only we must make the right product, so that there must not be any chance for defect in the product. We must deliver the product on time. We must deliver the product back to the customer on time. So user gap, what is the user expectations? We must fulfill the gap. We must remove the gap between the what is the user requirement and the producer gap. So according to the demands of the product, the company will make the product. So closing the user gap means whatever the customer expectation is there, we must fulfill the product up to the customer expectation. We must not keep any gap. The customer requirement is more, he wants more feature and we have not implemented in our product. Therefore the customer does the customer survey, find out the requirements of the customer and they implement in them. That is the joint application development is also there, where the customer is also involved in the development of the product. Like we have the software development. In the software development we have different waterfall models, then we have the spiral model. So different models are there. So in one of the model we have seen the customer is involved in each and every steps. That is from designing to the, that is called as the agile development methods. In the agile development methods we have seen the customer is involved in each and every step. So that is the joint application development. User involvement is in application development is nothing but, as the agile development is there, so JD and UAD comes under the agile development methodology. Producer gap, development gap. So producer gap means represents a failure on part of the development team to convert a requirement into product. So once they have get all the requirements from the customer, they must make the product considering all the requirements properly. They must not lack in implementing the features which is needed by the customer. So that is the producer gap. So once he is making the product, he must implement all the features that he has collected from the survey by doing the research from the market. He must implement in that product. Then we have the financial aspect of quality. So financial aspect means when I am making the product, I mean to make profit from that product. Okay. If it is like I am investing 10 rupees, so I am deriving the benefits of 10 rupees. I intend to make 10 rupees profit from that product. That is the intention of the company. So when we are making that intentions, we have the sale price which is defined as cost of manufacturing, cost of quality plus cost of profit. So what profit we make, we want to make, what is the cost of manufacturing that we will incur, what is the cost of quality. Cost of quality means it is the research the company have invested the money in terms of research, the company have invested the money in terms of features that is needed by the product, what are the different ways or the qualities implementation standards they have followed, statistical process controls. So all those will come under the cost of quality. So taking into consideration all these things, we will make the market price or the sale price for the product. So we must get profit by selling the product. So we have the cost of manufacturing, cost of quality plus profit. So that is the formula for sale price. So if you want to sell the product, we must considering the manufacturing cost. Here the manufacturing cost means it will take into the raw product that we have purchased. It will take into the number of employees we have employed for manufacturing that process. It will also take into consideration the electricity bill, the machineries that has been implemented for making the product. So cost of manufacturing, here the cost of electricity, cost of employee wages, all these things comes into cost of manufacturing. Then cost of quality, for making a quality products, what extra we have invested, so that is the cost of quality. So in the financial aspects of quality, we will see the sale price. So in that previous formula, we can state profit is equals to sale price minus cost of manufacturing plus cost of profit. So cost of manufacturing means developing the right product by right method at the first time. So it involves the material, people, license, etc. So the company may invest the money for getting the license also, that also comes under the cost of manufacturing. Then we have the cost of quality. So it involves all the efforts and costs incurred in prevention of defects, appraisal of products to find whether it is suitable to customer. Then we have the cost of prevention. So this is important for as far as your MCQs is concerned. Cost of prevention means for preventing the defects in the products. What all the cost we have incurred in like we have the testing time, testing team. We will do the testing before the project is delivered to the customer. So that comes under the cost of prevention. So it is also called as green money. So one part of cost of prevention can reduce the 10% cost of appraisal and 100 parts of cost of failure. Okay. Suppose if you have kept a tester team who will test your project before it is delivered to the customer, and if there are errors which are present in the project, you can make the changes and then deliver it to the customer before the customer finds any defect in the product. So that is called as the cost of prevention. That is, we may try to remove maximum errors before delivering it to the customer. Then we have the cost of appraisal. It is also called as blue money. It is like improving the quality of the product. So there may be various levels of reviews and testing to appraise the quality of product and the process followed for developing the product. There is no return on investment, but this helps in identifying the process capabilities and the process related problems. Then we have the cost of failure. Here it is important, if our product fails, then we are into the loss, that is called as the red money. That is, cost of failure starts when there is any defect or violation detected at any stage of development, including post delivery effort spent on defect fixings. So even if you have delivered the products and if we find certain defects, then our cost becomes double because we have to again implement from the beginning. So that is why cost of failure is called as the red money, because here we may have the cost of failure, like again we have to perform the testing, again we have to make the developer, again we have to make the coding. So all these things, again the cost increases for the project. That's why it is called as the red money. So today we have seen the cost of failure, cost of so product based definition of quality, customer based definition of quality. Then we have seen the core components of quality. In the core components of quality, we have seen these points. Quality is based on customer satisfaction. The organization must define quality parameters before it can be achieved. Therefore, we will follow the DMM-CI or the PDCA, plan to check and act. Also, management must lead the organization. That is the management decision that affects the morale of the employees. Continuous improvement life cycle is necessary. There must be continuous improvement which must be implemented in the product. Then we have the quality view. According to the quality, we have the customer view of quality, supplier view of quality, employee management, society, and the government view of quality. In the customer view of quality, we have seen we must deliver the right product. It must satisfy the customer need, customer expectation. We have the supplier view of quality, doing the right way, doing it for the first time, doing it on time, closing the user gap. Then we have the producer gap development. Then the last we have seen the financial aspect of quality. In the financial aspect of quality, we have seen the cost for the product, the sale price. We are keeping it as cost price plus cost of manufacturing, cost of quality plus profit. So cost of prevention means whatever the employees we have employed for testing, so that comes under the cost of prevention. It is also called as the green money because it will save our cost if the product fails. So if you have invented 1 rupees in the cost of prevention, it will save 100 rupees for the cost of failure. Cost of appraisal, it is also called as the blue money. So here we will implement the product for the improvements of the, to make new features. We will go on reviving new product features in the product. That is called as the cost of appraisal. It is also the cost incurred in first time reviews and testing is called the cost of appraisal. Cost of failure occurs when the product fails, so that is called as the red money. So our price for the product doubles. Again we have to implement from the beginning, so that is the cost of failures. So we have the definition of quality, that is predictable degree of uniformity, dependable at low cost and suited to the markets. So a quality product must suit the market, it must meet the market requirements, it must be available at low price, and the feature must be present in the product. So we have degree to which a set of coherent characteristics of the product fulfills the customer requirements. Then we have the total quality management principles. So total quality management principle was given by Edward Deming. Yesterday we have seen the Japanese guru, quality management guru, who has given this total quality management principles. So tomorrow we will see this total quality management principle. This much only for today.